all across CNY. It's the 315 with Brian Higgins. Halfway home, here's what's happened so far.
What has happened so far? We talked about the basketball game. That's what's happened so far. That's all that's happened so far. We're chatting it up about the game last night. Tough loss for the Orange. Chances late against Virginia, and, Virginia made just a few more plays down the stretch. As simple as that last night. But right now, let's bring in a guy that was at the game last night, and now he is hot on the recruiting trail of future Orange. No days off in the life of an assistant coach as we bring in Red Autry. Red, the players get the day off today, right? You don't get the day off. You're out recruiting. You're trying to find the next Orange right now.
Yeah, no days off for us. We got to try to take advantage of these days and get out. And, you're always trying to push forward, whether it's game planning or recruiting or, any numerous things, but you're always just trying to push ahead. So, out on the road.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you didn't get stuck in an airport somewhere. I guess there's a lot of travel delays today, so I'm glad you made it to wherever you're going. So that's a good sign so far.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. Yep, I am.
Okay, so Red Autry with us. So, Red, what do you think decided the game last night? I mean, it was a fun game to watch. Obviously, you guys didn't like the finish. What do you think it came down to last night?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I think the free throws, you can look right at the free throws. I think from an offensive standpoint of what we've, I think if we would have made those, I think we missed 6 or 7 at the end late. I think if you make those, you put yourself in position. I thought the defense was pretty good. It's probably one of the better defensive performances we had. We gave up a couple of shots late, but if you make those free throws, you still kind of come away. I like to think you would come away and you close that game and finish that game out. Yeah,
it has to be one, too, where Judah missed those couple at the line, with a few minutes left. Then you get the play to Jesse late. How tough is that? Jesse gets called for the charge. It's probably the right call on the play. How tough of a spot is that for Jesse to operate? He's like about 15 feet away from the hoop in that situation about a minute to go.
Yeah, we try to work hard to try to get it to him a little closer than that, like you said. Being so far away and the shot clock was running down, I think he just tried to make a play. I think he had drove previous to the play before that. He beat the guy to the baseline and made that pass, and I think he made a pass back out for a shot attempt we got, or maybe even a foul. But just a tough call. Him trying to make a play. I think, the most frustrating thing is, the couple of the games that we've been in that we've kind of got have not gotten a shot up in those possessions. So I think that's the thing that kind of bothers you the most, that you just like to try to get a shot attempt up.
Yeah, because anything can happen. Then it goes in, or you get a rebound or a foul, or
foul or anything. Yeah, right.
Who knows what? And that's the Carolina game too with Judah late in the game. And I guess you're not really thinking your center and a charge are going to happen, but that's one of those things, right? Like Jesse had been passing the ball well out of the double team yesterday. I guess you'd almost wish it would have gone that way, right, late instead of how it did go.
Right. Again, I think my mind serves me right. It was the shot clock was running down, and so he had to try to make a play.
We're joined by Red Autry here. Red out on the road recruiting. No practice today. I know Griff was out on the road. We had him on Orange Nation earlier. So the guys are out there looking for the future Orange today. How about the game of Judah? I thought, first half especially, he was outstanding yesterday. What was so good about the way he was taking it right at the Virginia defense?
I thought he picked the spots. I didn't think he rushed anything. I think every drive and every shot that he took, he take away the 2 late ones, because of the situation, the clock running down. I just thought all the drives he made and all the shots that he took, it was smooth. It was right to the point. I thought that the timing was great, and he just kind of got to his spot. It wasn't a lot of, pivoting and shot faking. He just kind of got to his spot and raised up within the flow of what we were doing. Thought he took advantage of it.
Yeah, ended up with 20-plus points for the second straight game. And unfortunately for you guys, second straight game where Joe has struggled to put the ball in the basket. Anything you can put your finger on? Is it the defense? Is it just shots not going? Anything standing out from, maybe Joe's last 2 compared to the hot streak you've been on leading into these last 2 games?
No, I just think it's just, shots not falling for him. I thought he took good shots yesterday. They didn't fall. I thought he took good shots. I didn't think, Joe can get his shot off against pretty much anybody. Those shots, again, he didn't force any. I thought he took, right now off my mind, I don't think he's forced any. But I thought all his shots were good. I really did. They just didn't go in.
And then, the small forward spot for you, Chris got the hook early and then sat like the entire first half. What did that show you? Like that is a long time to be sitting there. Then he comes back in and hits like an immediate three. What did you see out of him yesterday, being able to, react and respond to getting pulled out of the game early?
Man, I always say, when you get faced with something like that, for him to come in and obviously, make a shot and then get fouled, he just kind of walked in and made the transition seamless. So that lets me know that he wasn't thinking about himself.
Yeah.
He was thinking about the team, and he was engaged. That's what that speaks to me, to be able to kind of come in and put everything behind it and jump right into the flow of what we were doing in the flow of the game, because it was a back-and-forth game all game, tight game all game. And you knew, like anything, especially with Virginia, there's not a lot of room for error. And I think he got that message sent to him loud and clear early on.
Yeah, because that's why he was out. It was an error made on, essentially the first play of the game. That he gets sat for the rest of the first half in place of Justin Taylor, who did some nice stuff prior to halftime. And, the idea of staying engaged on the bench, I know Chris was interviewed after the game, and he said guys like John Bull, kept them engaged and going on the bench. That's got to be important for guys like that, right, to make sure you're not sitting there and sulking during the game, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that's the only way that you can come back in and be ready to go and help the team. Help the team and be able to produce and help yourself play. When you're sitting there and you just, thinking about yourself and kind of having a pity party, it's just very hard to, especially at our level, man, to jump back into the game and be able to help. It's kind of unheard of. You just can't do it. And I think, you can see it. I know I've seen it a lot, when you have those situations, guys, go back in and they're just not ready.
Right.
And the reason why they're not ready is because, they're sitting there not engaged and not locked into the game. And that can happen. I mean, it shouldn't happen, but that happens. It's something that does happen,
Yeah, it's an easy mental reaction to have, right? So to be able to overcome it's a good thing. As Red Autry is with us. And Red, I understand. I know asking this, I understand if you can't really say anything about it, but, Coach addressed Benny after the game yesterday, wasn't there. Do you expect him still to be at practice tomorrow?
I expect Benny to be at practice tomorrow.
Okay, that is good news, and obviously we'll keep tabs on that going forward. That said, Malik Brown then started his second straight game and played all 40 minutes. How did Malik handle having to take on that whole load at the 4 yesterday?
I thought Malik was good. I think he was solid. I think Malik's been doing what he's been doing. He's been consistent, rebounding the basketball, finishing around the rim. He's been like that since he stepped on campus. He's been reliable and consistent. I think, everything is starting to happen as far as getting more consistent playing time is a testament to what he's done since he's been here. So, again, like what he's doing. He's been really, really good, been active defensively, and being able to give us another guy that can finish around the rim to complement Jesse. So I think it's been really good for him.
Wrapping things up with Red Autry, brought to you as always by Apex and 110 Grill, both of them in Destiny, USA. And Red, BC's up next on Saturday. You've already played him. You beat him in the Dome. That was a down early comeback and pull away game late. What do you take away from that first meeting with BC that do you think is going to apply to this game in Chestnut Hill on Saturday?
I mean, since Earl Grant's been there, BC, the one thing about his teams they're going to defend, and you're going to have to come in there and be prepared for that. They're physical, and you have to beat them. They just not going to lay down, and they never stop. No lead is safe. They continue to play, and so we have to be ready to play. And it's on road. If you look around, teams are very, it's hard to get a road win, and the teams are very, very good at home. So this is going to be a challenge for us. I think if we can kind of, keep going the way we've been going, I think things, we'll give ourselves a chance to be right there again and hopefully come away with the victory.
That's 5 o'clock. Houston Boston College and Chestnut Hill coming up this Saturday. All right, Red, good luck on the recruiting trail. Hopefully you're finding some future orange out there, and we'll do this again on Monday, okay?
All right, thank you.
That is Red Autry, brought to you as always by 110 Grill and Apex in Destiny, USA. And, I've said this every week, and we've not yet to do this back-to-back weeks. But, Red, I promise you, looking at the schedule here, he'll be joining us on Monday at 2:30 for the remainder of the season. And best I could tell from parsing the schedule, I stared at it nice and long and nice and hard this morning. I really gave it a good look over. And I can tell you this, there's no more Monday games on the schedule. This was the last Monday game. There's also no Tuesday road games on the schedule coming up. So best I can tell, there's no good reason why we won't be joined by Red on Mondays at 2:30. Going forward the rest of the way, brought to you by Apex and the 110 Grill in Destiny, USA.